Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. How are you guys doing this amazing Monday morning? I know everybody has I'm blessed in the chat because if you are here, you're absolutely blessed. But how's everybody doing? How was your weekend? Did you have an event this weekend? Did you go to church this weekend? Did you relax this weekend? Did you pamper yourself this weekend? What did you do this weekend? I taught a class yesterday for BCMC, and on Saturday I didn't do too much. I was prepping and planning and getting everything ready for my class. Yesterday I showed everyone how to create PR boxes, and I will definitely be showing you guys how to do that as well. Yeah, so yesterday it was fun, and that's it. So how's everybody? Let me check and see who's in the room. Good morning, Miss Betty Rose is first. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Grand Rising Tina. Tina, I see you out here posting in these streets. I see you, girl. I see you posting in these streets. Good morning, Tiffany. You guys, Tiffany did her first pop-up, her first event on Saturday. She was supposed to do Sunday too, but she said they got due to the weather, they weren't able to do Sunday. But congratulations on your first event. That's so excited. I hope you're excited and fired up for more events to come. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, Miss Deltra. Miss Deltra out here in these streets too. I see y'all posting. I see you posting. I see the work. I see the work. Good morning, Chris Marie. Good morning. I will be on live with Chris Marie on Wednesday. Do we go? Wednesday. Well, not Wednesday at 12. I will be going live with Simply Chris Marie. I will be going live with her. Good morning, Miss Lois. That's right. I'm blessed. That's right. That's right. That's right. Miss Lois, how are you doing this weekend? I mean, how are you doing this weekend? I think you sat out this weekend from doing events. So did you relax and refresh? What did you do this weekend? Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Good morning, Janae. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Did everyone have a good weekend? Oh, Betty Rose, how did the cake go? How did that go? I'm excited. I want to see it. I want to know all about it. All about it. How are you doing? Amazing. Work the flea market. How did that go for you, Miss Linda? After cake delivery, I rested, went to church, then rested. Got you. Cousin, how was you had a not a revival, right? But cousin had an event for 3 days at church. So we I got to see her like periodically pop in and pop out. I didn't get to see her this weekend. Um, let me see if I got everybody. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Cheryl. How you doing this amazing morning? I got me a mani petty Friday and Saturday. I made inventory awesome. Sunday, I put my hair out trying to do content. Oh no, your content look so good and natural though. So keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on doing what you're doing. Hey sis, good morning, good morning, good morning. Chantel is in the building. Too bad I can't show it here, but it came out very nice. Yes, please tag me. I would love to see the cake. Definitely love to see the cake. So there's a lot going on in the world today. But have you guys, how many of you guys have Etsy? How many of you guys have Fair accounts? Let me know in the chat what's going on. So I got wind of it from Patricia, but Sean listens to CNN all the time, so all the news is constantly going, and I really tried not to listen. But on CNN, they were saying how the Silicon Valley Bank is going to be unable to do payouts for payrolls and things like that because it was collapsed, right? And so this in turn is affecting is trickling down. So Sean was like, check your bank and make sure that all your money is there because they're saying that people's money has been disappearing. And so she was like, check that. And then I got wind of the SVB from Patricia, and she was like, you guys, it's starting to affect Etsy, it's starting to affect Fair. So if you guys have any accounts, you may want to check on that because your payouts may be affected because they're not able to make payouts because the money is not there. So how many of you guys are on these platforms? I'm not saying it's a right or wrong thing, because that had nothing to do with the platform itself. It was just the bank that they were using. So I'm not saying there's anything wrong, because again, I tell you, if you ask me between Etsy and a website, I tell you to do both, right? I tell you to do both because Etsy already has built-in clientele, and your website you have to build. So you can be using both of those to build your brand. And you know what I'm saying? You'll have automatic, not automatic, but you'll have a built-in customer base with Etsy, and then you'll be building yours so that it could work hand in hand until you can just do it on your own. But I'm not saying it, like I said, I'm not saying anything's right or wrong. I'm just saying, just awareness, just an observation. Have you guys paid attention to it? And make sure that you check in your accounts. Make sure you're checking your accounts. They've been sending me emails to verify my account, but I can't for some reason. I just got hit with um a restriction on one of my products, and I know what it is. But I have a friend who's also been hit on Etsy, because there's a lot of weird action going on, right? So one of my friends also got hit with what is it called? It was infringement, but it was a copyright infringement on something that she had, and none of her products has anything to do with anything that's licensed. So it's like, where would that come from? Somebody had to complain. So I don't know if it's just like just a system of, things just going wrong. But yeah, I just got hit with one. So it's a hot mess. Hot mess. And her website, she doesn't even have any design or anything on her page. So I was like, how would you get hit with an infringement? But that's what's popping. That's what's popping in the world today. That is what's popping in the world today. So let's see. I have both Etsy. Yes, just make sure you check on your payouts. Just make sure that you keep track of what's going on. That's all I can suggest, is just keep track of what's going on in your account. Good morning, Crystal. Good morning, Chantel. Good morning. Yes, I relaxed and hung out eating my Cajun food. Okay, but I'm back into my business. Let's go, Miss Lois. Let's get it. I have an Etsy account, but I don't know how. I really don't know how to. I really don't. That's me messing it up, because I see the words, but I'm saying it wrong. I have an Etsy account, but don't know how to really work it. Got it. Let me see. They have been sending me emails to verify my account, but I can't for some reason. Scary, isn't it? It's so, just to think that everything can be wiped out based on, and it's not even the platform. It could just be wiped out based on the banking system that they used, right? And so how can they bail? I see that they're going to bail them out, but how? Where's the money coming from? If we're in debt, they're just printing more money. So we shall see. We shall see what comes of this. I will stay on top of it so I can report the news tomorrow. I have a migraine, so if there are any typos, I apologize. President Biden just came on. Monies are being released. Yes. Thank you, cousin. Oh, cousin, take care of your head. Put some peppermint oil on your temples. Massage it. That's exposing why I keep getting emails about delayed payouts when I'm expecting payments. Yep. And I know my bank personally, every transaction that I've made, now they're sending me a text message asking me, did I make that transaction? So, I mean, they're on it. I'm not saying that anybody, I'm not saying Etsy, Fair, or the banking systems, they're being negligent. They're on it. They're trying to rectify the situation. But it is a situation. It is a huge problem, and it poses a problem to everybody who is entrusting their monies to be paid out from a third party. And so it sucks. It sucks, because what could you do, right? You still need to pay out. So it sucks. We just gotta pay attention and keep an eye on our transactions. I'm just going to listen today. All right, cousin. You are healed in Jesus' mighty name, Miss Latrice. Okay. Yes, Michelle. Yes, yes, and yes. I received that, Miss Latrice. Yes, Miss Latrice felt better. Good morning, Michi. Michi, you here early this morning. I have finally caught up and now focus. Everything else is in God's hands. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you guys, I'm catching up to the challenge. I am behind 2 days now. I did one giveaway. I got to do my giveaway in Bubble Babes University, which is going to be a lifetime membership to the Honor Society. So I decided that's what I'm going to be giving away. And perhaps maybe I'll give a class too. But for sure, the giveaway is going to be the lifetime membership. So if you are not yet caught up, because day 11 was the giveaway, and that's where I was stuck at. The giveaway, your 12 the number day 12 is your biggest mom guilt. So what is your biggest mom guilt now that you've started your business? Is it because you don't have enough time to spend with your family? Is it because maybe you feel like you're not fully present? Like, what's your biggest mom guilt? Is day 12. Day 13 is to love on your mentor. And I want to say thank you so much to Miss Deltra, because she said that I was her mentor on her page, and I absolutely love it. And I'm so thankful and grateful for you. Please know that I absolutely love you. And I hope that I know that everybody in here is going to do amazing things. And I feed and I pour into you because I feel like this is something that's going to happen for you. So I feel it in my body and I know it's going to come to pass. And so I need you guys to get on board with me, because it's going to happen. We got it. We got it. We got it. And Miss Deltra has an amazing brand. I see so much vision for her brand. I think that she's going to do such amazing things with what she's doing and her brand right now. So I'm excited. I'm excited for everybody's journey. Janae says, but what they're not telling us is Biden has signed a bill for the digital dollar for the government to control your money. People are pulling their money out also. Yes, 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 and yes. I was seeing this week, but I fought it. Will not let it get me. I'm pushing through. Push through. Oh, and Tina, that mask looks amazing. Good morning, Yolanda. Good morning, good morning, good morning. From China, where else? They should not bail them out. Not yet. Listen. I got the notification that you went live just now. YouTube be playing me. Let me tell y'all something. It's these internet streets. I tell you. Good morning, Jasmine. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Jasmine. I got news about everybody, right? Jasmine helped me work through my iPad struggles Saturday with my because I was trying to learn how to use one of those pens, because A, I'm not an Apple girl, and B, I just don't know what I'm doing, right? When it comes to that, I am not tech savvy at all. So I was like, Jasmine, help me. I know she'd be like, oh my God, girl, what do you want now? I'm always help me. She had to talk me through how to use my planner. Crazy, right? But I do have a digital planner. So, and I'm using an Apple product. So I'm in the Appleverse. For a little while. I got a MacBook and iPad. So I'm in the Appleverse. I'm not changing my Android though. Not. I also heard on CNN that the stock markets are crashing last night. A Black CEO sold his stock 2 weeks ago because he knew this matter was coming. Wall Street Trapper? Janae? iPhone next. Girl, you're not going to get me into the iVerse. I'm going to have 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Good morning, Royalty Earnings. I don't know if you're into astrology, but the astrology said banks will collapse this year. That is why it's important as business to hire an astrologer. At least that's what Forbes said. I believe in the stars. I do believe in the stars. So let's see what happens. Let's see what we get. Let's see. So how many of you guys are in colder climates? Not you guys are in Florida, Texas, California, where y'all got 70 degrees. How many of you guys are in the colder climates like us here in Pennsylvania, New York, Maine, Rhode Island, Ohio, Minnesota? How many of you guys are in the colder climates, right? And this today's analogy was it came right on time, because spring is happening. Spring is coming. Not spring is happening. Spring is coming. Things are happening. And I got my seeds. I got some seeds that I'm going to start. I finally went to the store to get my starter seed dirt so I could start my peppers and stuff. My friend is like, did you start your seeds? Did you start your seeds? She asked me yesterday. She was like, okay, so what you went to Walmart to get? Did you get your seeds? I was like, girl. I said, I got some seeds. And she was like, well, did you start them? I was like, I absolutely did not start my seeds, so I got to start my seeds today. So that is going to be one of the things that I do today. Start some pepper seeds. I didn't want to start too early because I told you my friend, she's been throwing things out. She's been starting things and throwing things out, and things are thriving. Things are thriving in her. I won't even say in her greenhouse. She turned her house into a greenhouse. And so, things are thriving, but there's a lot of times that she has to throw things away because things went bad. So I'm like, I'm not gonna be planting and then have to replant because some fungus gnats or aphids, or I'm not going to be doing all of that. I don't want to do that. I want to plant and I want to put it in the ground outside when it's ready. I don't want to sit here fighting off fungus gnats and all this other stuff. So I was like, I'm going to wait until it get closer to the warm weather before I start my seeds. She started her seeds last year. Like she's been growing and doing things since last year. She never had an off grow season. So I was like, I was like, that's not going to be me, not me, because I don't want all of that. But it is time for me to start. And with that being said, is you don't want to false start, right? You don't want to false start your seeds, because remember we were talking about that before, about planting your seeds too early, and then the cold, the frost. We're not over the frost yet. We're not over the cold weather, and then the plants suffer and they die, right? And so I wanted to use that as an analogy today, because we did have sunshine. We had some warm days. It felt like spring was in the air. The birds are outside chirping. The bugs started to come out. And it seemed like spring was on its way, right? But little did we know, we are going to be hit with a snowstorm today and tomorrow. So even though it looked brighter, we're still getting bombarded with cold weather, bad weather. We're supposed to get, I forgot how many inches, but I know it's over 8. We're supposed to get over 8 inches of snow. And now is, we thought we were cool, right? But now here comes a storm. And I want you to look at that, and I want you to put your life in that situation, right? Things may be looking up for you in your life, and you may start to see the sunlight, and things just start going your way, and you'll get excited about these things. It's coming, spring's here, new hope, new possibilities, all this stuff, and you feel some type of way about spring. You're hopeful and everything. Boom, you get hit with a storm, right? And I want you to think about it like, yes, the spring is still coming, right? But the storms are not out the way, right? That we're still going to have adversity. We're still going to have trials and tribulations. We're still going to be hit with storms. We're still going to be hit with things. This SVB thing, it's a storm for somebody, right? Business may have been going great for these companies. This is a storm for somebody. Right? Because how are they going to make payroll? Their company don't care that they don't have the money in the bank. Their company care to have their paychecks. What are we doing about my money? Run me my money. How are we going to get my money? I don't care what you got to do. Somebody better find my money. Right? And so this is how people are thinking, right? Because they've done the job. So I've done my job. I need my compensation. So what are we doing here? Right? So they may have been having an amazing year. Something happened. Storm happens, right? But you got to be able to say, I can make it through this storm. I just have to hold on long enough to wait winter out. And as long as I can wait winter out, then I'm going to be fine. I know this is not going to stay. Winter's not going to stay here forever. Winter has to pass, right? Because spring does have to emerge. And so this is going to have to pass, but you just have to wait it out until it passes. So if you are in the season right now of winter, if you're in the season now of darkness or hibernation or whatever, just know the sun is going to shine. The weather is going to warm up. The ground is going to warm up, and the seeds and the plants and the earth, everything is going to start to grow. We just have to hold on until we can get through these storms, right? And that was what I wanted to talk about today, because I wanted to, spring is coming, but spring is all about new beginnings. Spring is all about possibilities. Spring is all about hope, right? Spring is the most hopeful season that there is, right? Yes, we love summer. If you experience the seasons, right? Because if you're in the warmer climates, you really have what, sunny and rainy. Like, those are not seasons. But we get to experience lots of season, lots of weather changes, right? Temperature changes. And so since we experience that, the one that's the most hopeful is spring. Why? Because spring brings about new life, right? Spring brings about whatever that was resting is now about to come alive. Whatever was resting is now about to awaken. So whatever was in hibernation is now starting to wake up. And so that is why spring is so hopeful, right? Summer, summer is only benefiting from what happened in spring, right? Fall, everything is about to rest and reset, right? So leaves are falling off the tree, things are happening, and so it's about to go through a period of rest, right? Winter is just seriously just rest, right? But when spring pops, life starts to emerge. The birds come back. This, you could plant your seeds. The leaves on the trees start to grow. You get to see color. You get to see more sunshine. You get to experience warmer weather. The possibilities of spring is just amazing. Like, we just get to see, everything is seen with new fresh eyes, right? Because if you are like I said, if you are in a season of darkness, a season of hibernation, this is the time of awakening. So I want you guys to get fired up for that, because things are about to change. Things are about to grow. Things are about to expand. You are now awakened. You will never be the same. The information that you've been given, the education that you're doing right now, so that you could put yourself in the spaces and places that's going to help you to succeed. Things are starting to change. You are never going to be the same. Never going to be the same. From this moment on, you have information on the inside of you that needs to come out, right? So things are about to change for y'all. So I want you guys to say in the chat, with spring comes hope. With spring comes hope. With spring comes hope. With spring comes hope. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. It's cold today. How cold though, Jasmine? How cold? Oh, Chicago is super cold. Good morning, Patricia. I was just talking about you, so your ears must have been ringing, because I was talking about you in the Silicon Valley Bank collapse, and I was like, you had opened my eyes to what was going on. I mean, I've heard it on CNN and things like that, but I didn't hear about Etsy and Fair being included in that until you started talking about it, and so I was just talking about you, so you must have been ringing. You must have been ringing. I think that's his name. He wears glasses. They didn't have his name up when I heard him talking. I don't think Trapper wears glasses, so it may not be him. Virginia is cold. Oh crap, we're supposed to start the seeds now? Yes. We are supposed, the growth season is supposed to start March 30th. March 30th, I think. My neighbor came to the house. I have this neighbor. I'll share a little story. Story time. I have a neighbor. His name is Mr. Steve. He doesn't like when we call him Mr. Steve, but he's an older gentleman. And he has a little dog named Marley. And that doesn't even matter, but I say all of that to paint a picture for y'all. So he has a little dog, and it's just him and the dog. He doesn't have his family or anything like that. His family, they're all over the place. And so he came to the door, and he knocked he knocked on my door and he was like, Nicole, what's going on? And I was like, nothing. What's going on with you? Because he doesn't come and knock on my door. Like, I see him outside if I'm outside and we talk, and he'll talk for a long time. But he'll come and talk, but we don't have that kind of relationship where you just come knocking on my door. So he was like, I was just coming to let you know it's time for us to starting our seeds. And I was like, oh, he was like, well, what are you growing this year? And so I started talking about what I was growing. He was like, yeah, well, it's time for us to start planting these seeds. I'm starting my seeds today. And that was, I think, last week. I'm starting my seeds today. You should start yours too, because I know you're going to put it in your garden. What is your plan for the garden? So we started talking about the garden. So I say all of that to say, everybody is starting their pepper seeds early. Oh, that's a dance. If you're from Do That Pepper Seed. But yeah. So it's time to start your stuff. So if you are planning to plant or garden, then yes, you should start planting your seeds indoors, because you have 4 to 6 weeks before you can put it outside. So it'll be ready for April, May. It'll be ready for April, May. Yeah, because I got gnats. I tried to start seeds back when I tried to garden. Those gnats I can't stand them. I cannot stand them. I knew there was one more coming. Michelle, tell me what it's like in Canada. Did y'all get hit with the big blizzard? Because let me tell y'all have snow all the time. All the time. Good morning, Toya. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a PA thing. It's freezing cold and snowing in the morning, and it's 50, 60 degrees in the afternoon, or it's 70 degrees, right, in the middle of winter. And then boom, a blizzard the next day. Absolutely, Michi. That is exactly the weather here. Yes, that is exactly the weather. And not to mention, last week we was outside with no jackets. Right? Spring hopes eternal. Yes. Good morning, Donna. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Spring is actually the new year. Okay, let's go. With spring comes hope. Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. It's 44. Okay. But it's gonna warm up to what, 80 in the middle of the day? Let me see. My bag of soy wasn't, oh yes. And that's the thing. So I have starter seed dirt, and you're supposed to not boil the dirt, but take boiling water and pour it over the dirt to kill any fungus gnats. But I don't know how valid that is, because my friend who does that, she still ended up with fungus gnats. So where did they come from? How did it happen? I don't know. Does the boiling water really burn them and kill them? We don't know. So yeah, it's a hot mess. But I'm going to be starting today. I'm going to get my seeds. I got my friend gave me some cells, because I threw the little garden, the little greenhouses. I didn't throw them out. I just left them outside. So now it's got snow. It's covered outside. So she bought me some of those, and I bought the little mouthwash cups. And I'm going to start some seeds in that with the big aluminum tray pan. If anybody would like to see how I start my seeds or anything, and I'm not saying I'm a pro, I'm just saying I had a successful garden last year, and I'm expecting, because I'm speaking it into existence, I'm expecting an abundant harvest this year. I'm expecting an abundant harvest this year. So if you want to see me starting my seeds and in my garden and stuff like that, let me know, and I will show you guys on my stories. About to start using weather numbers to play Powerball, because these numbers are crazy, right? No, a high of 58. Okay. It's 35 here, high of 46. Okay. I think there is spray you can use for that. It's not toxic. I don't remember the name. Best to Google it. For the fungus gnats, my neighbor was telling me to use 7, and that's that dusting powder. He said it's not supposed to be harmful to humans, but it is to the animals. But you see different opinions when you look at gardening things. Some people say don't use 7. Some people use it. Some people say it's toxic. So I have the powder. I just have not yet used it. Yeah, I had neem oil. to keep the bugs off my cucumbers. I tried neem oil. I've tried it in the spray bottle with water and detergent and neem oil to spray, but these bugs keep coming back. I'm going to get for my like leafy greens those bug cup, not those bug cup, those umbrella things. I'm gonna get one of those and see if that works, because I was growing, like I had dinosaur kale, I had broccoli growing, I had Swiss chard growing, and then the bugs just kept eating them. I was like, what? And it was beautiful, beautiful leaves, beautiful leaves. I didn't get more than 2 leaves. So we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. I'm going to try it again and see. I'm going to grow a lot of the things that I'm going to juice. Good morning, Laura. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm going to grow a lot of the things that I want to juice. So celery grew last year, so I'm going to do celery. I'm going to do carrot. Yes, I'm going to do carrots. My carrots didn't grow so big, but they were little, which is a step above what happened to me prior, because the year before I did not get any carrots. They were little, so at least I got the carrots, right? So I just need to, I don't know if I gotta, start them earlier so that they can have a full growth season. I don't know, but I'm gonna work it out. So I did get the little tiny carrots and they were so cute. I'm gonna do carrots, cucumbers, beets. I love beets. I love to drink beets. What else? Celery, carrots, cucumbers, and beets. So those are the things I'm for sure going to grow, but I'm gonna have some other stuff too. I'm gonna have some other stuff too. I love dinosaur kale. My friend had bought me some and it was growing so nice. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have, and the little bugs ate through the leaves, and then I started spraying the stuff on it and it would stop for a day or so and then it would come back. And so I was like, one year I had an infestation of slugs, and that would eat the leaves off the kale and things like that. Last year I didn't have slug. I did, but not a lot. So last year I didn't have a lot of slugs. So I had the aphids eating the leaves. So hopefully with the cover, it will not. We will see. We will see. That's what the instructions had me do. Dilute it with water and dish soap. Yep. Yep. Certain flowers keep certain bugs away as well. Plant flowers also, not sure which ones. Yeah, I read that too. So I picked up some flowers, Michelle. So that's a good point. I did pick up some flowers. I think it starts with an N. I did pick those up. And what else? What else? What else? I put the garlic and I did all of that, and that didn't help. So I'm gonna try the flowers and see, because it's certain flowers that keep cabbage bugs away and things like that. So I'm gonna put them in the ground and see what I get But I'm putting flowers everywhere this year because I need pollinators. I have a big rhododendron bush that was here when I moved here, and so it's huge and it grows every single year. Sometimes the color of the flowers differ, like it'll be pink, sometimes it'll be like a bright purple, sometimes it'll be a bright pink, and they said it's due to the pH in the dirt. For whatever is going on with it, I don't change the dirt in that area. I don't add to the dirt. It's just whatever's there, and that thing just grows. And it doesn't have a long growing season either. It's something that's, it's there and it's gone. But it does bring a lot of bees, and I do like that. So as long as I have bees, I used to be scared of bees, but as long as I have bees in my garden, I'm happy, because I know that is going to help my cucumbers. I know it's going to help my squash. I know it's going to help my tomatoes. So I'm excited when I see the bees in there. Did I tell you guys the story about the 2 bees that every time I would go into my garden, there was 2 bees. And one time, I don't know if I shared the story, so I'm gonna share it. One time, I was sitting in front of my window, because that's where, I work. I sit in front of the window, and outside of the window, it was a bee. It was a big honeybee, or a big bee, I don't know, a big bee that came to the window, and it just looked at me. And let me tell you something. If I tell you that I think that people are in those animals, in these insects, I'm gonna tell you I do. I do, because I believe that bee was either my dad or my sister looking at me in the window, like it's about to start, it's about to start, spring is about to start, we're about to start being in the garden together. I don't know why I'm welling up, but that is, so when I see bees, I get excited, especially if when I go into my garden and I see the two, because it makes me feel that it's my dad and my sister in the garden. Nourishing and pollinating and doing the job, a bumblebee. Yes, yes. So that's very exciting. So that's what happened. So I share my little bumblebee story with you guys. I love them. I love them, love them, love them. Now I love them. I didn't love them before. I used to be scared. I used to run away. But now I'm like, oh, come on in there. Come on, honeybee. Oh, well, you busy over there? Let me move out your way. So now I love them. Thank you so much, cousin. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I agree. I believe in that too. Yes. Because I was like, what are the odds that a bee is going to come up to the window? And I'm not making this up. The bee will come up to the window, at the window, looking at me in the window, not just flying around the window, looking at me, stop in the air, looking at me to, just stay there for a second and then fly away. What are the chances? What are the chances? So I said, you know what? This is what I choose to believe. I choose to believe that it was, my family checking in on me. That's what I choose to believe. That's really a thing, Nikki. Okay. I'm terrified of bees. Now I'm not. Now I am no longer terrified of bees at all. At all. So when I see them, I'm super excited. Yes, everybody, please and thank you. Hit the thumbs up, y'all. Hit the thumbs up. So how many of you guys, again, this has nothing to do with what I'm talking about today, but how many of you guys are anybody's gardening with me this year? I told you guys that I'm going to be expanding my garden out, because now I successfully grew, well, I didn't successfully, I almost successfully grew corn. I had corn, but they were not, they didn't look like regular corn. It was kind of deformed, but I did have corn. I did have stalks. If you guys were following me last year, you seen me in the garden. I showed you the corn. I had corn growing in there. So I have to grow, I think they said rows of 4. So I got to expand it so I can have enough space to grow the row of 4. Well, it's going to be 12 rows, not 12 rows, but 12 stalks of corn. That's how I'm going to plan it out. So I have 12 there. And then I'm going to do like 2 weeks. I'm going to do it again so I can have succession planting. That's what it's called, right? Somebody tell me if I'm right. When you plant every 2 weeks so that you can have, so you can eat from it and not just eat one time. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be doing that. I might do a little balcony garden. Let me tell you something. There is Donovan. He's 20 years old now. Oh my gosh. I've known Donovan since he was a little kid. So he is now a man. He is 20 years old. He's an absolutely phenomenal man. He does a lot of philanthropist work. He grows his own vegetables and stuff, and he does that out of his home. So he does indoor gardening, and he used the pods and things like that. So I know, and he's grown watermelon, strawberries, heads of lettuce, tomatoes. He's grown lots of stuff indoors, so without the bugs. So if you want to find, what is this? I know it's Donovan. I can't remember his handle, but he shows you how to do it. I think he's not doing it anymore because he's supposed to be traveling, so he's not going to be doing it the way he used to. But yeah, so if you look into indoor gardening, he said it happens without the bugs. So that may be the right thing for you, Jasmine, so that you don't have the bugs inside your house, because I'm telling you, that sucks. That sucks. And I want to do some more herbs, because last time I had lemon balm, I had peppermint, and I had lemon balm, peppermint, oregano, and I have sage, but I don't use my sage for anything I wonder if my sage is going to keep growing, because I've had my sage for 3 years in the same spot and it always pops. So hopefully it comes back again this year, and that it's not over, you know? So I want to grow more herbs that I could use in my products. So I was thinking about lavender, but I tried lavender before and it didn't work. So I could try it again, because I also tried cucumbers and they didn't pop before for me. So, and last year I had an abundance of cucumbers. So we'll see. All right, Michi. Michi is growing. What are you growing, Michi? I wouldn't leave the house because of bees as a kid. Oh no. My grandmother chopped the tree with the hive down so I would come out, but more power to you. I may do a little balcony garden. I always do flowers. Nice. I'm incorporating more flowers this year. I have some morning glories. Of course, I'm going to do a bunch of marigolds, because that's good for the tomatoes and cucumbers. So I'm going to definitely have plenty of those. I'm going to try. My sister has plants ready. Your sister is ready for the season, like my friend. She from Guyana. So it must be the West Indian thing. She ready. She ready. I would like to do a balcony garden for my baby girl to do, but I don't want bees. Well, you're going to have bees. If the things have to be pollinated, you're going to need the bees. My friend, she self-pollinates, and she was like, all you got to do is take the male flower and take the female flower and just rub them together, and they got to have, you know what? I was like, you come over to my house and you start doing that. She was like, oh, just take a Q-tip and stick it in there. I was like, no, sounds dirty. But you can hand pollinate. You can. He's so awesome, right, Patricia? He is. Absolutely love him. I'm getting new plants and flowers. I'm excited. I can't wait. I'm going to get me some starts from like Lowe's and Home Depot, and then I'm going to have my own starts, and I'm just going to have me a big luxurious garden, because what I'm trying to do is get my whole entire front yard into the garden. But for right now, it's going to be about half of the front yard is going to be a garden. Oh, without the bugs, yes. If you do the indoor they're like in like a PVC pipe and they grow. You have to have like grow lights, and he doesn't have any. They have little pods, and he doesn't get any bugs. Yes, those are not bumblebees. The small bees I run from, because I'm allergic to them. I got bit by a bee one time. It got stuck in my bra, and oh my God, it stung. I mean, not bit, but I got stung twice. Try hydroponics. Yes. They have this thing called Aero Garden. Yes, I have an Aero Garden too. We grew dill with it. Indoors, use the soil. Indoors without soil. Use water to grow the plants. Yes. What's the difference between the sage you burn and the one you grow? Mine is garden sage. It's not white sage. So I probably could use it and dry it out and see, but it's garden sage. Would you take us live from your garden and give us I would absolutely. Every single morning when I go out there, I will definitely go live. I will definitely share videos of me out in the garden. I will definitely show me picking stuff out of the garden and putting stuff in there. Oh, for sure. I love that. I absolutely love that. I have my little friend Mason who comes over. He helps too. He's my neighbor across the street. He comes over and he said, Nikki, I want to help you. Let's pick, and we pick green beans. He'd be like, I already told you guys, Nikki, you got a red tomato. You got red tomatoes. But now he's getting so big. He's in school. So we'll see. We'll see if he got time for me this year. Good morning, Patricia. We have another Patricia in the building. This is Patricia K, I think, right? Is it a K? So good morning, and welcome. She took the class yesterday. So, talk about the class. Let's talk about the class, girl. What you thought about it? Let's see. Cucumber, cilantro. Ooh, did I get cilantro? I think I did. I hope I got cilantro. If I didn't get cilantro, my neighbor, not my friend, my neighbor across the street to bring it, or my friend to bring me some. Peppers, flowers, and I don't know what else yet. I'm going to also do a trellis. I'm going to do one of those. Because my things were growing out of control. I have a raised bed garden on my patio. The bees are always there. My husband hates it. Yes, I love it. I know. They're a little scary, but they helpful. They're beneficial. We can't live without the bees. We can't live without them. We need them. I remember the slugs from 2 years ago, right? Them slugs were taking me out, right? They were taking me all the way out. It was so amazing. I learned so much. You are super bomb. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Toya. Toya, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Because I said bye, Toya. The class was fire. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you guys got lots of tips that you're going to use. Again, I am going to tweak it, and I'm going to definitely add that into the Honor Society as well, because there was a lot of gems in there that I think that everybody could benefit from. So absolutely. Absolutely. I learned a lot. Yes. And when you start incorporating things, tag me because I want to see. And if you have any questions, always feel free to DM me. Always feel free to DM me. So, all right. So we got a few of y'all that's going to be starting garden. So I guess we can keep like a garden journal together. That would be amazing. And also I want you guys to look at it and see life in your garden, right? I want you to see life and what's happening in your garden. I have wrote down some things, right? I wrote down some things about seeds and planting and spring and the ground warming up and then the seeds starting to develop. And so what I wanted to share, and this is probably going to be the only thing that I share based off of my notes today, is that when you see a seed, right? Before you put it in the ground, if it's a seed, if it's a bean, you can still see it. It's a hard coating on the outside of the bean, right? It's a shell on the bean or on the seed, right? And what happens is inside that shell is life, right? Inside that tiny little seed, no matter how small that seed is, there's life on the inside of that seed, right? And thank you so much, Miss Lois. And when we take that seed and we put it into the dirt that has been nourished, the dirt that has been, you know, hibernating over the winter, because I stuck some stuff in my dirt. Remember, I told y'all I was sticking food in there. I got the brown leaves in there. I'm going to move all that stuff around, and that is going to give my dirt the nourishment that it needs to help my seeds thrive, right? So if I take that seed and I put it in the dirt, I can't put it in the dirt right now because the ground is too cold, but when the weather starts warming up, right, my seed is going to start breaking out of its shell, right? We have stuff that's on the inside of us that we have to wait until this shell is cracked open in order for us to actually see anything growing, right? Before we can actually know that there's any movement going on, right? But we have to crack the shell first to start to emerge. And as long as we start to nourish the seed and water the seed, things are going to start happening, right? You start popping out of your shell and you're growing in two ways, right? You're growing from the bottom and you're growing through the top, right? And what I mean by you're growing through the bottom and you're also growing through the top is when you start to sprout, you're going to sprout your roots. Your roots are not going to try to come up to the ground, up to the light, up through the dirt, right? Unless it has nowhere else to grow. It's going to get deeper, deeper, deeper into the ground, and it's going to start to expand. And the roots are going to start to take hold and take place, which is going to establish a firm foundation, right? So that's going to be happening. And this is what's going on in the darkness, in the hibernation of the winter, in the darkness of our season, in the darkness of our lives, right? Right? This is something that's happening. We are starting to emerge. Your roots are starting to dig down deep into the dirt and starting to grow and expand. And that's what's happening with you and your knowledge, right? You're starting to learn and expand. And while you're learning and expanding, you're also emerging from out of the dirt, right? You also start popping up out of the dirt. And when you're popping up out the dirt, that's when everybody else can see you, but they don't see what was going on in the ground. You know what was going on in the ground because you are the seed. seed, right? You know what was going on in the ground. You know what was happening in the hibernation, in the darkness, and in the struggle season. You know exactly what was happening, but you was feeding your soul, and you was making sure that you were putting the things that you need on the inside, because you was doing the work that nobody could see. And just because they don't see it don't mean that it wasn't done. And now what they get to see is when you pop up out the ground, they get to see that something is popping, something is happening, something is working here. I see that you are growing out of the ground. I see that you are trying to flourish. I see that you're trying to bear fruit. And that's what we're doing, right? As seeds. And I always go into a garden analogy because there's so much life in it. There's so much life in everything in a garden, right? Because you could use it for anything. You could use it for life. You could use it for business. You could use it for any aspect, right? But what was happening down there, nobody seen it, but you was doing the work. You was making sure that you were nourished, you were fed, even though it seemed like times were going to be hard, even though it seemed like you would never break up out of that seed and get up into the ground. I mean, get up out of the dirt. Even when you thought that wasn't even possible to happen, it's starting to happen. So the weather is changing. The seasons are passing. The sun is starting to shine. The ground is warming up. You are starting to break up out of that shell. You are starting to see the growth. You are starting to see the progress of all the work that you were doing in the darkness is starting to come to light. You are starting to see that you can now benefit from what was happening in the darkness. You can now benefit when the sun starts to shine, when the weather starts to warm up, even when there's a thunderstorm, even when there's going to be rain and wind. You're still going to be firmly planted in this ground because you did the work that you needed to do so that you could establish this strong foundation. And now everybody gets to see what happens when you start to come up out of the dirt. So when you come up out of the dirt, you have your leaves are starting to pop. All right, we got some leaves growing. But now we still, the resources are still out. The sun's still shining. I'm still getting watered. I'm still getting nourished. Things are starting to grow. And just because people start to see these things grow, they're going to be like, oh, well, she was already blessed with this and she already had this. She already had a leg up. But nobody was in the darkness with you. Nobody was down there shooting with you in the gym, right? Nobody seen the mess. Nobody seen all of that. And even if they seen the mess, they just thought you was never going to get out of it, right? And so you start to emerge and you start to flourish and you start to grow and you start to just grow up, grow out, and everything is starting to pop. You starting to get the flowers on your plants. You are starting to, I know if I see flowers on my cucumbers, I know that the cucumbers are coming soon. If I see flowers on my squash plants, I know that my squash is coming soon. If I see flowers on my tomato plants, I know that my tomatoes are coming soon. I am going to soon be able to bear fruit. So all of the work that you did so that you could grow your business, all of the work that you did to get yourself and pull yourself up out of a situation, all of those times when you thought that you was never going to make it, now is going to be the time that you are going to break through. Now is the time that you are going to be able to show the world what you are made of. Now you're going to be able to show the world what was inside of that little seed, what God planted on you on the inside. Now the world is about to see what you are about to become. You are about to become an amazing plant where you're about to bear fruit. You're going to be able to eat off of your trees. You're going to be able to share with the world your amazing gifts. Right? And so this is what I want you to take from today. I'll always go back to a garden analogy because like I said, there's so much life in the garden, so much life. Right? God gave us something. God gave us something on the inside. I've told you, we be talking about it last week about things that are on the inside. Sometimes we got to do a little work in order for us to see what we really are made of. Sometimes we got to do a little work. Sometimes we got to dust some stuff off. Sometimes we got to do a little something different in order for us to see what God put on the inside of us, because sometimes we may not see it. Sometimes we overlook it, or sometimes we just think that something that was there is not really anything. And so we don't value it. And we need to start valuing those things that God put in us on the inside so that we could see our worth. So we know that we are worthy, and you are worthy. You are worthy of every single thing, anything that you want, any opportunity that you want to have. You are worthy of it. Spring is a time for revival. Spring is a time for awakening. Spring is a time for renewal. So If you were experiencing the darkness right now, now is your time to shine. And I want you guys to shine with every single thing that you have. Every single thing that you have. All of the times that you struggle with your content, all of the time that you struggle with your descriptions, all of the time that you struggle with your product, all of the times that you struggle with, you don't know who your customers are, you don't know how to speak to your customers, all of the times that you struggle with your website, all of these things is going to start to change for you. Things are going to start to shift. Why? Because your mindset is shifting right now. Why? Because you know that your seed is cracking right now. Your roots are already formed. You're about to emerge up out of that dirt in a second. So you got to know that you got to get ready, get ready, get ready, because everything that you ask for, everything that you want is already coming, is already here. Yes, yes, and yes. I know I went off on a tangent, so let me go back and check what you guys are saying in the chat. But I want you guys, absolutely put yes, yes, and yes in the chat if you are feeling what I'm putting down, if you're picking up what I'm putting down about the garden. Because, honey, that seed is cracking. That seed is cracking. Yes. The class, okay. I'm going to Michael's to get foil today. I'm going to try it. Okay. All right. You have your laser printer, Patricia? Which class? Yesterday? Yes, it was straight fire. Thank you, Yazzie Faye. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Streaming on my TV while I work. Okay. Jumped on my phone to hit like and say good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope I didn't miss you, so good morning. I can't wait to go on this garden journey with everyone. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so much fun. It's going to be so much fun. Come on, sis, talk that talk. Okay, big facts. Yes, Miss Lois. Yep, nothing come overnight. Nothing comes overnight. We have to put in that work and water it. Absolutely. Good morning, Arlisha. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Preach, preacher. Come on, Yazzie Faye. You wasn't shooting me. You wasn't with me when I was shooting. Did the gym? Speak on it. Yes, yes, yes. God put us on a path for a reason. Absolutely. Come on, Michi. We are not meant to fail, period. If we fail, it is our doing, not his. Self-sabotage is a serious, 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 serious thing. It's absolutely serious. You know what I mean? We do it all the time. All the time. Prophesy, okay? Let's go. I receive it now. Yes, 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 and yes. Everybody, yes, yes, and yes in the chat. This is your year. This is your year. If you're not saying to yourself right now, this is my year, this is my time to shine. If you're not saying that right now for yourself, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for to shine? What do you need to know in order for you to shine? What do you need to do in order for you to shine? What do you need to say about yourself before you say, I am worthy to shine? My business deserves to grow. My business deserves to flourish. I deserve to flourish. My family deserves to flourish. I deserve to be in a new place. I deserve to have all the things that I said I want. When is the time that you're going to say, okay, now is the time for me to shine? When is the better time? Right now is. Right now is, right? But if you're not going to do it now, when do you plan on doing it? Do you want to do it next year? Do you want to wait for 5 years? Like, what is a realistic timeline for you to start believing that this is your time? What is a realistic timeline for you to believe that spring has sprung? Well, not yet, but it's springing. It's springing. And it's coming. And so light is coming your way, and you're about to flourish and you're about to grow so that you could bear fruit. So when are you going to start believing that? When? If not now, when? When? I want a time frame. I want a time frame. I need $1 million. You need to say, I have $1 million, and how you gonna get it, sis? How we gonna get it? Yes. Right? I have it. I have it. It's already here. It's already here. This is my year, my time to shine every day, all day. Every day, all day. That's right, Miss Betty Rose. Don't cuss me out. I'm not cussing you out. I'm telling you, believe it. Believe that you have your $1 million. Believe it. Believe that you have it. Or at least a few 100,000. Believe that it's yours. Believe that it's yours. Operate as such. Operate in the manner that you want to see yourself. I forgot what I was looking at yesterday. What was I looking at? And they said, operate how you want to be and not how you see yourself. So operate, if you see yourself as a millionaire, operate in a millionaire lifestyle mindset. Don't operate in the lifestyle of lack. I forgot who said that, but I wrote that down. I was like, ooh, that's a whole word. Operate in the manner in which you see yourself. Well, operate in the manner in which you see your future self instead of what you see your present self. Right? So if you see yourself as a CEO of a multi-million-dollar company, start operating like you're operating a multi-million-dollar company. If you see yourself being a huge success, start operating like you are being a huge success. Who do you need to speak to? Who do you need to ship products to? Who do you need to meet? What rooms do you need to be in? Right? If you see that happening for yourself, start operating in that manner now. So that is what I'm going to leave you guys with today. Start operating in the manner that you see yourself. Whatever it is that you want for your future self, start implementing those things into your life today. No, you're not going to have a multi-million-dollar company overnight, but you can start operating like it. You can start getting disciplined. You can start make sure that you have your SOPs. You can start making sure that you have everything that you need. Everything that you need. You can start operating in that manner right now. Right now. Put yourself on a schedule. Make the products that you need to make. Do the shows. Get your website together. Get your social media up to par. Do the things. Get your messaging clear. All these things that you could do right now, you could work on it right now. That's right. You got to see it before you see it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because the vision has got to be there. The vision has got to be there. I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. That's right. Come on, Yazzie Faye. And make sure you say that to yourself every single day. Every single day. Right? So I want you guys keep that in mind. If you're catching the replay, I want you to like, comment, and subscribe. If you got something from this video, I want you to share it out with your friends. If you're watching right now and you got something from this video, I for sure want you to share it out and send it to your friends and let them know. Come join us and come watch this video because we popping over here. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. What are you waiting on? Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Turn on your notifications bell so you can be notified when we go live, unless you get a late notification like Michi did, because YouTube want to be playing around with notifications. We go live though Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Coffee with Nikki, your daily cup of information and inspiration. And that is it for today, y'all. I'm gonna watch Pursuit of Happiness now. Okay. Catch the vision and protect it. Okay. Yes, everybody, have an amazing day. I'm so grateful and thankful for all of you guys being here with me this morning. You could have used your time to be anywhere else. This is something that you're not going to get back. So I appreciate you guys taking the time and using it to sit with me this morning. And I hope you got something from it, some benefit from it that you're going to be able to take throughout today and throughout your life. And it'll be worth your investment in your time. So absolutely, everybody. Thank you. Welcome to everybody new that joined us in today. And thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you, Arlisha. Thank you. Who else? I think that was it. But Arlisha was here before. Let me see. I think I got everybody. If I didn't, you guys, I still appreciate you and I still love y'all. Y'all have an amazing day. If you are in the cold weather like we are, stay warm. Make sure your appliances, and not your appliances, that your phones and everything are charged, your batteries, you got candles, all that kind of stuff, because we don't know what this weather is going to hold for us. So we shall see. So I'll see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. for Coffee with Nikki. You guys have an amazing, amazing day. Bye.